Hey guys, Chris here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got this baritone sax in here for this case that just has a little bit too much movement inside of it. This is common with a lot of saxophone cases. I recently did a YouTube short where I was showing a quick modification for an alto sax case that had the same issue. And honestly, I've done this pretty much with all of my personal saxophones as well. I like to shore them up a little bit. And this is the stock case that came with it. This is an Eastman baritone, but you'll see there's too much movement here, and that can cause issues down the road over time of just the sax sliding around in there. It can cause some bent rods or keys and just send your sax to the repair shop unnecessarily with something that's easily preventable. A good case is going to have decent padding that allows for some shock absorption. So, if you drop it or something like that, you want it to give a little bit, but you shouldn't have this much movement. You see, you want a little soft padding here, but you shouldn't have the horn bouncing up and down like that. So we're going to fix that. It's an easy fix with just some padding. You can either put some down here at the bottom or you can put it at the top. It's kind of the path of least resistance, whichever needs the least amount. And so I use these exercise mats. I redid my home gym and I have all this extra edge mat finish that goes around the edges of it, and this is perfect for stuff like that. It's just the right thickness, it's the right amount of firm yet shock absorption, and I could put some down here and cut it to size, and that seems to help eliminate that a lot, but there's still a little bit of movement, so I'm going to try it at the front. And if I put a little bit here just at the top of the neck, that shores it up even better, and that doesn't take nearly as much. So I'm just going to cut it to shape, the right size, and wrap it with some black fabric, some hot glue, and glue it in place. So I've cut it. Now I'm just going to put two of these together. That's the right size. I've kind of made it flush with the case there. And now I'm just going to, since these are puzzle pieces, I'm just going to stick them together. And I'm actually going to hot glue them in place. I use hot glue. It dries really fast and it works well. And so I'm going to go ahead and glue these to make them stronger, and then I'm going to wrap them in the fabric. This is just some black felt that I already had from a previous project, but it matches the interior of this case well, so I'm going to use it. I cut a general shape here that I thought would cover it, and there's my hot glue gun ready to take action. But if I wrap it this way, it's actually a little bit shy of what I need, so I'm just going to go at an angle here, and it'll make better use of what I've got. And we'll wrap it like so. And that should work out nicely. And of course, the ugly side with all the folds is what we'll glue to the case so it won't be seen. So I'm going to go ahead here and make my first glue. And you can wrap it any way you like. I'm just kind of showing you how I'm going to do this one. So I'm going to go ahead and glue on the edge of what's going to be wrapped. And with hot glue, you just be careful not to burn your fingers. This is pretty thick fabric, but just be careful. You may want to wear gloves. This doesn't really bleed through what I'm doing, but still be careful. I don't want you to burn your fingers. You can use other glue as well, but this works pretty well for me. I've been using this for years, and the thing with hot glue is just, heat is what undoes it. So as long as you're not leaving your saxophone case in a hot car, which you definitely should not be doing, then you should be fine, and this isn't going to come undone. If you leave your saxophone in a hot car, you're going to have a lot of other problems more than this. It's going to heat up the glue that holds your pads in, and then your pads are going to loosen up and you'll have a whole bunch of leaks. So don't ever do that. All right, so this is about done. I edited it for time, but you can kind of see how I did it here. That's pretty much how it's going to look. We'll glue the ugly side towards the case, and all you'll see is this, and it's going to blend in pretty well, so not really going to be noticeable. So just our test fit here. Get my camera angle just right, and so I can even slide it down in here, and you could glue it to the case, which is what I'm going to do. But if you want it to be removable, say you don't really want to leave this in here permanently, you could just wedge it in like this and it'll serve the same purpose. But this sax, as long as it's in this case, is always going to have this problem, so I'm just going to glue it in place permanently, and it will stay here unless I ever wanted to pull it out. But that's going to solve the problem, and it doesn't look too bad, not too noticeable, and definitely serves the purpose. So hopefully this is helpful to any of you that may need to do this to your sax case. Honestly, I've had to do it to pretty much all my saxophone cases. My P. Moriat saxophone cases, my daughter's school saxophone case, just pretty much all of them. These generic sax cases, even if it's made for the horn, sometimes there's just way too much room in there from the manufacturer that they kind of oversized it a little bit. And again, you want some shock absorption, but it still needs to hold the horn in place. It should not be flopping around, moving an inch in any direction. So again, hopefully this is helpful to any of you that might need to do this to your horn. If so, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.